Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I am Auphanim. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I would greatly appreciate that. And if you could, please click that like button, turn it into a rocket, and send it to the moon. Also, don't forget to check out those Auphanim NFTs. Link is in the description box. Now, we have a very interesting article here on beingcrypto.com, and this is flabbergasting. And this is why I try to tell people, absolutely do not keep your cryptocurrency on the exchanges. You are at risk. I trust no one with my money. I don't know why anyone out there would. This is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but we have an article here. 120,000 ETH fall through a wormhole. Of course, that's to play off the name of the particular exchange, I believe that this is. We're going to dig a little bit deeper into this, but 120,000 ETH were stolen by hackers. They hacked that particular holder of the ETH and they took the ETH. And that has to be a devastating loss. And you know what it does also? It really puts fear into individuals' hearts for even dealing with crypto, knowing that that type of exploit can occur. And this is not good for the crypto industry. And but they're saying that they closed up whatever hole was in their system that could have been exploited. But let's just take a gander here. It says $320 million of WETH has been lost in a major exploit of the wormhole bridge. The bridge allows an asset transfers from Ethereum to the Solana networks. And, you know, there's a lot of capital going from Ethereum into Solana back and forth, especially because of the NFTs. A lot of people have loved to sell their NFTs on Solana, and NFTs are big money. There's a lot of capital moving when people are purchasing and selling NFTs. So, of course, you're going to have a lot of capital moving back and forth, bridges such as this. However, if you are a bridge, it would be, I think it's logical if you were to hire someone that's constantly checking for these types of gaps in the system that a hacker can exploit. The reason I say that is because hackers are very bright. They're very, very bright, and they're very persistent. They're constantly checking for vulnerabilities. So as an institution or as a company, I think it would behoove any company that's dealing in crypto, whether you're a bridge or an exchange, to hire someone that is also constantly checking for gaps in the system, any vulnerabilities, and closing those vulnerabilities. This is why I also think in the future, I've iterated this many times before, why I think blockchains or cryptos such as XRP, XLM, Algorand, Hedera, who have these very, very secure networks, especially Hedera with their gossip mechanism, okay? Extremely secure, where it's very difficult for anyone to exploit them. And they have the backing of Google, IBM, Boeing, FIS. These are major large business institutions. FIS is, of course, a supervisory entity to many banks. But this is why I believe that those types of crypto that have a massive amount of security will win in the future, because people, especially large business institutions in the future, will feel very secure with having money move across those blockchains as cryptocurrency rails, as bridges, as bridge currencies. They will trust those blockchains, and I think that's one reasoning why those blockchains will be future winners. But this is just absolutely mind-blowing. Listen, I believe people should, unless you're going to make a sale, I say take your crypto off the exchanges. And a lot of ledgers now, whether it's Ledger, Ellipal, Titan, I'm not sure about Trezor, but they allow you to stake in the ledger, on the cold wallet. They allow you to stake. So, I don't know all of the cold wallets, but many of them allow staking on there. So there's no reason why, I believe, to a great degree, that you need to keep your crypto on an exchange so that it can be possibly taken by a hacker, okay? So they also said that they're going to be replacing the money that was lost. As of now, there hasn't been a notation or an announcement on how they plan to do that. I'm not sure how much capital the Wormhole network actually has to be able to replace that particular ETH, but this is what they're saying. So I guess people have to hold them to their word. If they said they're going to replace it, then that's legally binding, I would believe, right? Because you just made that statement, and people have to take it that as a legal standing that they're going to replace that. So that's very good. And hopefully they close this up, but it's a cautionary tale as to why you have to be careful with all of your crypto on any exchange, utilizing any bridge. Be very careful where you have your money flowing, where you are storing your money. So we have another interesting article here on zcrypto.com. A huge win for crypto stakers as the IRS lifts income tax on untraded tokens. So this is a very, very good development. Let's just read a little tidbit here. The Internal Revenue Service has accepted to refund $3,393 in income tax plus interest on the tax to a Nashville couple who remitted the tax on an 8,876 Tezos tokens they had acquired through staking, according to sources. This comes after a protracted legal battle between the couple and the IRS, where the couple challenges the taxman's decision to tax their staking rewards, albeit not having sold them. If this is widespread, I'm going to assume that this is a very, very good occurrence, okay? The people haven't sold anything. I don't understand this idea by some governmental officials to tax innovation out of the United States, to tax crypto holders into oblivion, which is going to, look, a lot of people have made a lot of money off crypto. There's a lot of millionaires, and even next to millionaires, there's a lot of people who have made hundreds of thousands of dollars off of crypto and are currently doing so as well. And they would just leave the United States if the United States continues to treat everyone who is growing. They're in a state of growth, right? They're coming from the bottom, they're clawing their way up. But if those people who are clawing their way up realize that, hey, if I make it to the top, I'm going to be taxed into oblivion, they will just leave the United States. There's been an abundance of people doing that. They are fleeing to other countries that are more tax friendly. And yes, they're going to deal with any perceivable dangers. They're going to do their research before they move. But I know personally, a lot of people have been leaving the United States, finding greener pastures when it comes to crypto taxes, because as I stated, they have hundreds of thousands of dollars that can be lost. They have millions of dollars that can be lost. But you're going to force both those types of individuals as well as businesses to go elsewhere. And how is that going to leave the United States? So, if they're going to be easing things for crypto holders, I think that's in their best interest, in the United States' best interest. Listen, no empire lasts forever. If you want to have longevity, you have to make way for innovation. You cannot suppress or oppress the people, however you want to put that, for a long duration, because the people, your empire, your country will suffer greatly as others are on the rise, okay? So let's just read a little bit more. It says, further, they argued that whereas the tokens can be sold or exchanged for other cryptocurrencies, fiat goods, or services, they had not sold or exchanged any of the tokens obtained through staking enterprise. Yeah, so I think it's logical that that should not be taxed. I think that's logical. They literally only gained those because of staking. So they were given to them. So they didn't exchange them for other tokens, right? They didn't trade them out. Why would that be taxed? So I think there's some logical steps that could be taken here to make this widespread. I'm not sure if that's what they're going to be doing. We'll keep an eye on this. And so hopefully in the future, we see, as we come about closer to regulatory clarity, hopefully the governments see that innovation is the way to the United States continuing to be the number one country, if that's what individuals believe, to continue to be a leader in the world. You're going to have to embrace innovation and not destroy it. And so this is a very good development, and this is going to be widespread once more. And we'll keep an eye on this and see how everything continues to go. So now we're looking at another article here. It's on cryptodaily.co.uk. And it says, Ubisoft takes its next crypto leap with Hedera. Hedera is one of the banking coins, okay? It's positioning itself for CBDCs. It's been working with MTech, a company that's been pushing for CBDC infrastructure as well as CBDC sandboxes to governments all over the world. They've been doing a great job. Hedera is also has or is host to a governing council that includes Google, who is going to be becoming more active. This is a statement from them. They're going to be becoming more active in the blockchain space. And if they're on the governing council of Hedera, then I think it would be logical that Google will be utilizing Hedera a lot more and pushing it everywhere, just like it does all of its other products. Also on the governing board of Hedera, just to give you an idea of who Hedera is, Hedera HBAR. IBM is on their governing council, I believe. FIS, who was a supervisory entity over a myriad of banks, is on their governing council. There are so many powerful entities on their governing council. Head over to Hedera's website, and check out that governing council if you want to know a little bit more. But here we have it. Let's just read the first sentence. Gaming giant Ubisoft, fresh from its problematic venture into NFTs with Tezos. That's not a good thing to be out in the public. But I'm sure Tezos is going to take steps to remedy whatever the problems were. As a business, it's just problems just occur and they can be sheared up. Anything that's a hole in the system, if it's a problem, can be closed, and you can become better from these particular things. Okay, but let's continue on here. Has taken its next leap of faith into the world of crypto by teaming up with the HBAR Foundation. Let me tell you something. It's not a leap of faith at all when you're dealing with Hedera, one of the absolute best protocol on the planet in HBAR, which was created by genius individuals at Hedera like Lehman Baird. Okay, governing council includes Google, who's not going to let Hedera fail, by the way. All right, so it's not that much of a leap of faith for Ubisoft. It's not. Let me tell you, you cannot, in my opinion, you cannot compare Hedera to almost any other blockchain with the assurances that come with utilizing Hedera. Their scalability is second to none. They reach finality in like 3 to 5 seconds. Unbelievable. They're capable at base level of 10,000 transactions per second. I think they max out at 150,000 transactions per second at their max. What they're capable of is mind-blowing. Also, keep in mind, they're using a gossip mechanism where the data is stored in such an expansive way, but brought together in such an instantaneous happening that it's one of the most absolute secure networks or systems on the planet. So yeah, it's not that much of a leap of faith in my humble opinion, but you can check out Hedera if you want. Let's read just a little bit further. Ubisoft, the well-known video game publisher, has reached an agreement with Hedera Governing Council to support the growth of the Hedera network. The agreement entails that Ubisoft will join the Hedera. Oh, so they're joining the Governing Council. Okay, so wow, another powerful member of the Governing Council. Wow. And this is an easy call to make if you're an executive at this point and you see Google is on the governing council, Boeing is on the governing council, FIS, the biggest of them all, is on their governing council. It's not that much of a leap to say, hey, there's an opening, and I think there's only a few left. I don't know how many members are going to be allowed on their governing council, but as their chart shows, there's like a limited amount of spots on their governing council. So this is a no-brainer to say there's a slot. Can we fit there? And if you are approved to be a part of that, to take that spot. When you see something like this that is on the verge of an explosion in price with HBAR, and its technology is second to none. It's second to none. I think the only protocol that comes close to this as of right now is possibly Stellar XLM. The reason I say that, because a lot of people are not really privy to what Stellar has been doing, is because of their Starlight protocol that they just released, I believe in December of 2021. Their Starlight protocol is capable of 1 million transactions between two parties. So that's why I say, it's the only one that may come close to Hedera at this particular time. Also, they just implemented smart contracts native to XLM, or they will be rolling it out, something like that. That's only going to become better and better. But other than that, Hedera is second to none. So this is a very interesting happening, and it's very, very good for Hedera, just another powerful entity joining the governing council. Let's read just a little bit further, get a little bit more clarity here. It says, it would appear that there is no real tangible advantage for Ubisoft in joining the Hedera network. What? Wait, let me read that again. That's mind-blowing that someone just said that. It would appear that there is no real tangible advantage. Blockchain is taking over everything, number one. Let's say Ubisoft wants to do NFTs. There is no one who's going to do NFTs better than Hedera. It's not going to happen because their smart contracts are second to none. As I just said, their security is second to none. I don't understand what you mean. There's a lot of money on the table if Ubisoft decides to utilize Hedera in any capacity, or any of the subsidiaries or offshoots of Ubisoft decide to utilize Hedera. And there's a myriad of ways you can utilize Hedera as well. I don't understand that statement, so I'm just going to stop reading at that point. I think we've gone far enough. That's mind-blowing. Someone said that about Hedera, that there's no benefit. Hedera is a benefit to everyone who uses it. That's why Google is there, Boeing is there, FIS is there, and you think little itty-bitty Ubisoft can't benefit from Hedera, even though Google is going to benefit from Hedera, Boeing, and FIS, all the banks. That just blows my mind, but maybe this individual doesn't know that much about Hedera. Let's continue on here. We are on U.Today, and we have an article here. It says, these Ripple ODL platforms received 40 million XRP in merely an hour from an anonymous wallet. Whale Alert detected 2 large XRP transactions carrying 20 million coins each made approximately 10 hours ago. Both were made from these addresses. They have the addresses. I'm not going to post that. Transfers were made to Bitso and Bitstamp crypto exchanges. Listen, I think a lot of people, not a lot of people, sorry about that. A lot of institutions are getting ready just in case. No one knows when this SEC case is going to end, but I will say this, that right now with the prices as low as they are, this is the perfect time to stock up on some XRP for if XRP were to get regulatory clarity. You want to be ready because that price is going to take off and you want to be in the game. You don't want to be trying to get in the game. Okay, so it says the receivers of these XRP Millions are Mexico-based crypto unicorn Bitso and Bitstamp platform located in Luxembourg. It also has opened a new office in Amsterdam. Both collaborate with Ripple as providers of on-demand liquidity services for their regions, Latin America and Europe. And as we know, those of us who follow XRP, XLM, Algorand, Hedera, and Cello, the banking coins as they have been called by myself, Latin America and Europe are ready to begin utilizing a lot of these banking coins like XRP because they have utilities like on-demand liquidity. They're ready right now. So they don't have to wait on the United States to give regulatory clarity. I think a lot of them are considering starting to use cryptocurrency banking rails to save money and bring in exponential amounts of capital right now. I think this is in preparation of a potential push. Of course, we have to keep our eye on this, but this is a great development. It's very interesting. It makes you question, why are they doing this? What catalyst is coming that is prompting them to stock up on XRP tokens? So that's very interesting. I just know personally myself, I'm buying XRP any chance that I get. Of course, I never recommend anybody to buy anything that's going to be detrimental to them or, put out any capital that's going to be damaging or detrimental to you. I'm only saying what I do. I'm not telling you to do the same. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. So that is a very, very interesting happening right there. And now that you have that information, what are you going to do with it? I know what I'm going to do with it. So until next time, let's get to the money.